Oh snap, I'm back. It's Snapfooey here. We are on episode 12 of FTB Unstable, Feed the Beast. In episode 12, we are going to finish up some Botania stuff, and then we are also going to work on some blood magic. Finish up some stuff with that. I still, between episodes, been tinkering with the house, and I think I've got the roof laid out the way I want it. Like I said, the roof's going to come down to a point over here, so I can't access that last block, but that's fine. Big open area in the middle. The only part that I'm going to hate is this big giant wall right here, so we'll figure out something for that. But in the meantime, let's jump right into what I have done on the automation side. Oh, I should also have the mic and game sound fixed. I've been having audio issues since day one. It's either too quiet, it's too loud, it's in between. I mean, I just could never find that in between spot. So I think I finally figured it out. So for everybody watching this video, watch it through to the end. Leave a like rating if it deserves one, and give me some feedback on how the audio sounds, mic versus game sound. I know my keyboard's really loud, and I'm sure that gets on everybody's nerves, but at the moment, I don't have a way around that. And look at this bug. You see this? Are you seeing this bug? That was a pure daisy. Now it is a runic altar. The same thing happened with... the same exact thing happened with all my flowers that I had right here. The day blooms and the whatchamacallits. And when you break this, you get nothing. So I'm going to cheat, and this is why I allowed cheat mode. Pure daisies. We are playing an unstable pack, and being unstable, we may need to cheat back in some items that we originally had. So anyway, there's that. Alright, so let me show you what I did. So up here, all you see is a mana pool, a comparator, and some insulated redstone conduits. So what, and this mana pool is not even a quarter of the way full. So the comparator will put out a redstone signal based on how full the mana pool is. I haven't fully tested this because I don't have enough mana to fully test it, but the idea is that it will not engage this redstone signal until it's like almost full. And when it is, that redstone signal is going to be sent down to the hopper. And let me jump over here so you can see the rest of this build. Everything is underground because I didn't want a bunch of dropping. It drops charcoal, so I didn't want a bunch of dropped charcoal everywhere. And what exactly is going on here? So this must be getting a redstone signal already. Let's see, how can we test that? I can put... Where's my axe? There's my axe. Alright, so let's see if we can see up here. Let's break this block. That doesn't help us. Let's break this block and put it down a level. And then, we need a piece of redstone. I also added a spell called Blink to my side gun, and it does what it says. It blinks you forward. I think I have it set for 5 blocks. It's really nice for, like, I'm right here working and, oh wait, it's nighttime? Jump into bed real quick instead of having to walk up the stairs. Conversely, though, it does not, you cannot blink down. Like, I want to go down, and I can't, so I think I have to change that spell a little bit. I just did the most simple layout. Trick blink. It moves me 8 blocks, and it's for the target caster. But I think I can do it in Entity Look and fix that. So we need to test what is going on. So we need some redstone. Let's grab some redstone. And let's jump back over here. Do we have a Yeta wrench? We do. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can troubleshoot this real quick. That way we'll have time for blood magic. And oh my goodness, that creeper just came out of nowhere. Thank you, sir, for not blowing everything up. Alright, so is this comparator... let's go down first. I can't tell. They're hard to tell if they're putting out a signal or not. Let's see. Don't need you. What am I hitting my head on? There we go. Alright, so if I put a piece of redstone there, it is emitting a signal. Okay, so that is a problem. Okay. I think I have a fix. So what we'll do is... Okay, and the other piece, while I'm down here, let me show you this. So, basically what's happening now is just because there's any mana in that redstone, or in the mana pool, the comparator is saying, hey, you got redstone in here, and it's giving the conduit redstone, which in turn is hitting the hopper, and it's stopping the hopper from placing charcoal into the open crate. The open crate has no inventory. You pipe items into it, and it just drops them straight down. When it drops them straight down, it's going to land on this pressure plate, which again emits a redstone signal up to the hopper and says, hey, there's a piece of charcoal right here. Turn off the hopper. Don't put any more in. And once the charcoal's gone, now you can put more in. Okay? So that's so we don't drop a whole bunch of pieces that the flowers can't pick up. It will drop one, it'll get eaten by the flower, it'll drop another one, eaten, drop, until all the flowers are full, and then it might drop one, and there's no flower to eat. It won't drop any more until that other one's taken. So that's a plus there. And with just this many flowers, I got 12. I needed 3 mana spreaders to keep up. So I got 1, 2, and 3, and they're all pointed up at that mana pool up there. So now that we've figured out we have a problem, and Blink's awesome for right here. Boom, straight up through the ground. Alright, so if we switch this, let's try this first. Strong signal. Okay, that didn't help us. So, what we will need to do, we're going to have to pick you up. And now it's going to run. Which is fine for now. Be nice if I had some dirt. Let me go grab some dirt. I think the roof's gonna look cool. I think the house in general, especially once I get done like chisel and bitting everything up. That chisels and bits is awesome. I mean, look at that. Little posts and stuff. Okay, so we do want some redstone. We still want our conduits. And we wanted some dirt. That was the main goal. Dirt. Okay. This is kind of a pain. Like, I wish there was a block that I could say... there might be one. There might be one. Alright, because right now we're getting a power of 2. But we don't want this thing to shut off until it's like power of 15. Or, well, 14 would be almost full. 15 is completely full. So if we have 2 now, it'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So like right here, we would want the conduit, which, you know, that's just the pain. We don't want to do that every time. So let's look. Actually, let me show you one thing that I forgot to show you. The charcoal. You're probably wondering how the charcoal is getting into the said hopper. It's coming straight out of that chest. So I put an extraction. I did gray because charcoal's kind of gray. It's always active, and it's basic item filtering charcoal. So if we take a look in here, you can see we've used some of that charcoal up. And this thing is eating saplings like crazy. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn off disable. I'm only going to feed the saplings into that one. And then this should fill up both saplings. Now that we have a bunch of charcoal, I can even take those out of there. That should replenish our stash. We should be okay. Everything's still doing great there and there. So yeah, it's just going to pull charcoal and it's going to throw it into that hopper, and it's going to generate us mana like crazy. Oop. So see, we're almost up to a quarter. Now what I want to look at, let's take a quick cut right here, and I'm going to look in a few options and see if we can automate this without having to do a line of redstone. So give me just a second here and we will be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and I looked through RF tools. I tried the counter, I tried the sensor. I thought about maybe trying to do a logic gate thing, but it would have caused, you know, it would have taken up more area just like this is doing. So what I did was I just ran the redstone conduit straight down to the hopper, and it's only connected to this piece of redstone here. So as the mana pool fills up, which is doing quite rapidly, this number goes up. So right now the comparator is saying, okay, you got 6. So it's about halfway full. And then it'll go up to 7. So then down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But as it goes up to 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So when it gets to 14, it'll engage this redstone signal in the conduit, and it'll send it down to the hopper, and it will turn it off. And until mana gets used, it won't run anymore. The other automation piece, which I already showed you, but you can actually see it working now. Is it only drops 1 at a time. It actually does drop 2, but I'm not really too concerned about it. If I lose 1 piece of charcoal, it's not a big deal. So see, it's not dropping any more until no more charcoal's on that pressure plate. So it'll wait. Flour's ready. It ate that one. Still hasn't dropped 1. Flour ate that. It drops 1. Or 2 in our case, but which is perfectly fine. It's keeping up. The flowers are constantly running. They're all tied to a different mana spreader. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are these things just that OP, or what's going on here? Okay, so that one's linked, that one's linked, that one's linked, and that one's linked. Just to that spreader. So I have 4 endo flames on 1 spreader. And then Let's see here. That one. Sometimes it's hard to see. Yeah, so that one's linked. That one's linked. That one's linked. That one's linked. And that one is linked to this back one. And then we've got, oh, it's so hard to see. Got that one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, so there's only 4 on each one, which is crazy. Like, you don't even need that many. I wouldn't have thought. Apparently we need the better mana spreaders. Let me do this. Let me stand on this. Well, that ain't gonna work. I don't need. Alright, that should take care of that. Tidy that up. Put these back. And I need one more. We'll just use a piece of dirt for that one. Alright. So anyway, these guys are loud, obnoxious. That is why I put them underground. Blink up out of here. I mean, you can still hear it, even up here, but it's not nearly as bad. I could put wool. If you put wool over the mana spreaders, it will muffle them, but I ain't too concerned. Alright, so we're at halfway, and we're at 7, so that's perfect. So when this thing fills up, this will be 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So yeah. Beautimus. Alright, so the next order of business is blood magic. I've already made 20 blood runes, which will get us to tier 3. We also need a glowstone and then a block of our choice. For right now, I'm not going to worry too much about what that block's going to be. And then I've already dug out. So what you do is tier 2, tier 1 is the actual altar itself. Tier 2 is 8 blank runes surrounding the blood altar. So let's grab, do we have, we do not. Grab our divination sigil and we will smack it. And it says tier 2, Roman numeral 2. Alright, so to get tier 3, we need 20 blood runes. And we need to come out 1. So leave a space out to the second block away from the existing runes. And down 1. So these are on this plane, we want them down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per side. And you want that centered, so 1 with 2 on each side, a total of 5. Sheep. That sheep has been obsessed with this blood altar the entire game. Dude, you can go prick yourself. Go fill it with blood. I'm down. Sheep's blood. Alright, so we got our blood runes, but that is not all. We also need glowstone, and I believe, I'm going off of memory here, it has to be 2 blocks above the blood runes. So let's just test this with dirt real quick. We'll put that there with some glowstone. And this is any solid block. It doesn't have to be, the glowstone has to be glowstone, but the blocks below it, it does not matter. As long as it's a solid block. Alright, so that looks right. Let's give that a second to think. And boom, we are now tier 3. Only issue is our capacity does not change, so we're still at 10,000 LP. The speed doesn't change. Nothing changes unless you use specific runes. So let's look at this in JEI. If we look at runes, you got the blank one. That's the cheapest, easiest one to make. You got speed runes. This is going to speed up crafting. You take a blood rune with 2 more blank slates and some sugar and some stone, and it turns into a speed rune. Efficiency is how much blood it uses. So like typically if a blank slate takes 1,000 LP for every efficiency rune, it might take 10 off, so 900 for one, or well, that was taking 100 off, but you get the drift. It takes some off of the cost, the efficiency rune. Rune of Sacrifice. This will increase the amount of LP you get per sacrifice. And this is sacrificing mobs, which we haven't done yet, but we will do at some point. Then there's Rune of Self-Sacrifice, and that increases the amount of LP you get per stabbing for taking the LP out of your own health. So that's probably what we're going to want to do now, because we're using the altar over here, the incense altar, to increase our self-sacrifice. So we want to increase it even more by putting these runes down. Displacement, I believe this one it increases. There's an internal buffer in the blood altar itself. It increases that. Rune of Capacity increases that 10,000 number. So our current capacity is 10,000. We can increase it with that. We're definitely going to want some of those, because I know for sure that there are some items that we're going to want to make that take more than 10,000. Rune of Augmented Capacity. This is when you get up, you turn your regular runes into augmented capacity runes, and instead of needing 10 to do 10,000 more, you need 5. It like cuts it in half. Rune of the Orb, it transfers blood faster, so out of the internal tank and into an external tank that you can set up. Acceleration rune, Rune of Orb, and Rune of Acceleration. Charging rune, I'm not real sure about. So some of these guys I don't use, and I don't know. We could build, we can make them and play with them and see. But what I know that we need right now are self-sacrifice and capacity. So we need imbued slates, which is tier 3, and we need self-sacrifice, and we need some tier 2 plates. So let's do this. Let's gonna need our Yeta wrench. North. Let's tell this filter to not pull out blank slates. Do we have any blank slates by chance? We do. Let's throw those in there. Alright, let's get this bad boy. Gonna need some empty hands here. We don't need this. Well, we will. Alright, we should be good like that. And we will change this to regen. Let's run over here, fill up our incense, get a nice good stabberoonie. Boom. And this is not running because there's no stone in it. So let's throw some stone in there. That lever's off, so we should see a piece of stone. Oh, don't tell me. You're kidding me, right? There are bugs like crazy, dude. This was a transfer node. This is frustrating. Alright, so let's cheat us in a transfer node. This better not happen every time I log in. That would be a bummer. Item transfer node, okay. We can actually throw... Oh. I was trying to throw one of those away because we only really had one. Alright, so we're putting that there. Single item. Putting this here. And the pipe. So now, once we flip the lever, there we go. Very good. Single item. Why is it blinking? You're scaring me. Stop blinking. Stop blinking. Okay, something happened. What's going on? Did the automation of this break all of a sudden? Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Single stack, unlimited, single item. Yes, we want single item. Oh! Aha. Okay. That makes sense. So we want to disable this completely. Well, we can extract and just do never active. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Drop that in there. Single item. Yes. Yes. Cook me up some goodness. Cook me up some goodness, please. Alright, very good. So let's see, what's our time looking like here? First cut was 12 minutes and 14, so what is that? That's 26 minutes. So we're getting kind of close, guys. Man, this time goes fast. I watch these YouTubers and they make it look so easy. They get like a whole project done in a 30-minute thing, but I guess they just take a lot more cuts and I'm showing more content. But anyway, plus I'm a noob and I had to fix my automation that I'd already set up. But I like to explain what I'm doing to you, you know. That way you guys can kind of go and replicate the same thing. That's all I'm doing, guys. I've been watching YouTube videos. That's how I know how these mods work. I'm not a developer. I don't work for FTB or Curse or anything to that extent. I just enjoy Minecraft. I enjoyed vanilla initially, and it just became too easy. I mean, you can beat the game in 5 or 6 hours of gameplay, and you've pretty much beaten the game. Kill the Ender Dragon, that sort of thing. So I just enjoy the mods because it just adds so much more content, and you can play for 20 or 30 hours on a world and it not get old because there's just more mods to do, more stuff to do. So I'm gonna get a few of these imbued, and then we'll get a couple of tier 2s. And that should give us what we need to make. So let me take a break. I want to make a couple of things off camera and just show them off to you when we get back. So we will be back in just a moment. Alright guys, we are back and I am ready to do these last couple of things real quick before we end off the episode. So I took out my blank runes and I made 10 runes of self-sacrifice. They are made with the tier 2 reinforced slate, the original blank slate, 2 glowstone, 4 stone, and your blood orb has to at least be an apprentice or above. And so I took out the 5 blank runes that I'm using in the crafting recipe. So I'm going to replace these. There's 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 there, and then I use these blank runes, and the recipe for this is 3 empty buckets. You do not get the buckets back. The blank rune, the tier 3 slate, the imbued slate, tier 3, rune of capacity, the 3 buckets of blank slate, and the 4 stone. So I did 4 of those. So our current capacity was 10,000. We'll see what this brings us to in just a second. Let's let all that register. Grab our divination sigil. And now we are a tier 3 and it can hold 1,800 LP. So we'll probably need a couple more of those because I think 20 or 25,000 is the most it can hold. So oh yeah, we can leave that in there and that in there. Really, this chest doesn't even need to exist. So we'll probably need a few more of those so we can do a few of those top tier orbs. The other thing that I want to make is the Sojourner's Sash. Sojourner Sash is probably the coolest thing Botania has. We need 4 leather and 1 mana steel. So mana steel is simple. You take iron and you drop it into some mana and you get mana steel. And see, look, we used mana and now it's producing mana and it just turned it off. The other things we need are these runes. Rune of Earth and Rune of Air. And those recipes require a piece of mana steel each. So we need 2 more of those. And then we need 2 mana dust, which I use redstone. And the runic altar takes mana and converts items into a byproduct. So I hooked a mana spreader up to my mana pool and I connected it to the runic altar here. So see, this is attached to that, and then this is attached to that. So what you do is you just throw on your items. We need 1. That didn't work. We need 1 mana powder, 1 mana steel, a feather, a piece of string, and a carpet. Alright, and that's saying, okay, we got something to make. It starts shooting mana bursts. You can see the progress bar. One thing that I forgot that we do need is living rock, and luckily we had some right here. So once this fills up its mana requirement, which should just be in a second here. Hurry up, hurry up. Come on. Alright, you can throw the living rock on top and smack it with a wand and you get your runes. So let me make the other 2 and we'll come right back in just a second. Alright guys, we are back and I've got everything I need, and the Sojourner Sash, let's go ahead and craft that. Sash. Sojourner Sash, we got everything for that. Alright, boom. This will go in your bobble slot, in your belt, and this makes you run faster, jump higher, and gives you uphill step assist. But if you notice, I have no uphill step assist, I'm not moving any faster, I can only jump up 1 block like normal. It needs mana. So I made a mana tablet. Right there, which is either a mana pearl or a mana diamond surrounded by living rock, and it makes a mana tablet. Your wand of the forest mode, remember how I said before, if you shift click in the air you can bind or function. You want to go to function, and this can turn from to the pool into the tablet or from the tablet into the pool. So right now we have it set up to go into the tablet. Looks like it's full. Yep, it used about half a mana thing. Now this is full. So as long as we have this mana tablet in our inventory, we run faster. I didn't jump there. We have uphill step assist. That's just walking speed. There's sprinting, and we can jump 2 blocks high, which is super duper handy. So anyway guys, I think I accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish this episode. We upgraded our blood altar to tier 3. We gave it some augmented runes, We did automated mana production. We did the runic altar. We made the Sojourner Sash and a mana tablet. So we did a lot, and we got it all covered in just over 30 minutes. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you next episode. Please subscribe and leave a like rating. And we'll be back with more shenanigans in the near future. So we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.